Okay, so I wanted to do a couple of videos on the fine line between a boundary and an ultimatum, and I'm hoping in this video to convince you that an ultimatum is not the right way to go most of the time. So this can be hard, the fine line between these, because particularly if you're dealing with difficult issues or patterns that really aren't okay with you, it seems like an ultimatum maybe would be the right way to go. Let's say that your partner gets heated in a way that you don't consider abusive, but you do find dysregulating and unacceptable and you don't want to continue. Let's say that they get heated like that during arguments. And that's a thing that triggers you, and you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, healing trauma from childhood, discovering your own boundaries and needs. So that feels like maybe you've come to a point where, you've decided this has to change. That's what you're coming in with. So is an ultimatum the right way to go? And no, I don't think so. And hopefully I'll convince you as to why. So the difference comes down to an ultimatum being a demand with a threat of what will happen if it's not met. So while that kind of sounds like what we're after here, there's a lot of implicit content in that is not what we want. So that includes the implication or assumption that our partner wouldn't cooperate without this threat. And it also includes a bit of expectation that the change we're asking for is extremely difficult or unlikely. So in a lot of ways, even though that ultimatum might communicate the content, more superficially of what you need or your boundary, and its level of importance, it's quite off in terms of what you ideally would want the change to play out as, because you'd ideally want that to have cooperation, buy-in, and consideration from your partner. And so in my next video, I'll go into what's a better approach and why.